Hi guys and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. In the last episode, I pissed off an ice atronach.
I beg your fucking pardon, bitch!
And we found a large spooky floating ball.
What the fuck is that fucking thing?
What the fuck?
Hello?
Chill. Scary.
In this episode, well, I don't actually know what's going to happen yet because I'm not psychic, but as you can see, I am not where I ended the last episode. And that is because, as I said in that episode, I was going to, between videos, go grind out a few levels. And, well, I got a bit carried away and pretty much spent an entire week earning gold just so I could max out my destruction magic. So if we come here, I can show you, I'm currently level 17 and my destruction magic is level 90. Anyway, so now we are back in the College of Winterhold and we are going to return the books that we took at the end of the last episode by giving it to this Mr. Orkman.
I suppose you've earned these.
Okay, he's given me a whole bunch of books that I don't care about. Okay, let's continue.
Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Mare fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
Experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you. The overwhelming power of the Eye makes it difficult for us to see. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane. here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Were you about to say
what is the
something?
meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here she is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly, I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you? Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful. Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind. It was all before my time, you understand. I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident. Do you remember what I first told you? About how not being able to control magic could destroy you? I didn't simply mean it could kill you. The Augur's accident is another very real type of a life destroyed. Well, it's been described as an accident. I can't imagine it was intentional. Something must have gone wrong, and he ended up in the state he's in now, fused to the energies that flow through the college. I've never felt it appropriate to ask him about it, about how that must feel. But I suppose if he can feel it all.
Okay, well, we're gonna go meet what seems to be a form of just a raw energy. Alright, well, no matter whether he be man, woman, or a sentient ball of light, I will treat him all the same, a friend. Alrighty, dungeon crawling time. Okay, I'm gonna go into first person for this, because I'm sure my camera being bounced around on the roof is not very pleasant. Spooky thing? I heard a spooky thing. Where's the spooky thing? Where? Okay, come on. You can behind me.
Your perseverance only leads to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
Oh, he was a sentient ball of light. I was right.
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. Those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late. No, though you may be the last, the one who calls himself Ankano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something. is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that could save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further. You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
Oh, and he's gone now. Sorry, I felt I'd just wait until we were back outside and then I can do some lore explaining. So let me get a cool picture, there we go, and I'll do some lore explaining. So the big ball orb floaty thing that's currently inside the Hall of the Elements is called the Eye of Magnus. The Eye of Magnus is again what we found in Sarthal, which, as I explained in a previous episode, was one of the first Nord settlements, and then the elves attacked to try to take it. Yes, that is why the elves attacked. They tried to take the Eye of Magnus. For questions unknown, there is some form of power there, which clearly, and they're going to talk. Let me go outside the college. So, the other elf that we were just speaking to the orb about that also came to visit him said that he's also a high elf, a Thalmor, and he's also come to investigate this higher power, and a lot of people were suspecting him of being a spy for the Thalmor, which, as we saw, is, well, kind of true, because now he's going behind everyone's back to go see what this Eye of Magnus is all about. And I think if we look around the college now, he's pretty much disappeared. So, yeah. What a lot of people theorize is that this Eye of Magnus is a source of huge power, absolutely massive power, and that the Thalmor want to use it so that they can kind of, well, I want to say get revenge on the Nords and kind of take over Tamriel again, but that's kind of up for debate. There's not really much logic or anything currently dictating why people want this power, but people currently are after this power that the Eye of Magnus has. Now, the Eye of Magnus also has this ability to charm people, as we saw again, our teacher was super fixated on it because he said it was so beautiful. Clearly, you know, everyone in the whole college was having a good look at it as well. Well, thank you, doors, for opening for me. So everyone's kind of fascinated by this big Eye of Magnus because, well, it's very powerful. We seem to be one of the only people who isn't affected by it. Anyway, nobody knows where the orb came from, if the Nords discovered it, if the Nords brought it with them, or if the elves knew it was there, but they didn't know what power it held. There's no real answers, but it's very interesting stuff. Anyway, we need to come speak to our Archmage.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it. though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say? Ha! Isran's going to like you. Go talk to him at Fort Dawnguard, southeast of Riften. He'll decide if you're Dawnguard material.
So the Dawn Guard is vampire hunters, essentially. I'll explain them more when we actually get to that mission. But for right now...
Crystal. Gone. Find Paratus. In Oculory.
I could have given him a healing potion if he just asked. So this is our very first Dwemer dungeon. This is basically like where the dwarves, well, one of the dwarves' place. Obviously the dwarves are extinct, and we should be encountering the... There was a trap there. We should be encountering the Falmer, who are... I mentioned that the Snow Elves had to retreat into the Dwarf caverns. The Falmer are basically what the Snow Elves have become. As you can see, there's Dwarven machines everywhere as well. Oh gosh, he went absolutely flying. Oh, saw this trap, luckily. I'd rather just set it off, because knowing myself, I'm gonna end up backing myself into it at some point and then set it off anyway. Anyway, bird. Oh gosh. These things are not fun. Yay. Yeah, these things can beat you up. Another one? No, just a spider. Spiders I can deal with. Well, actually, in real life, not really. I'm terrified of spiders. But, in the game, 100% can deal with little mechanical spiders. Actually, in real life, if there was mechanical spiders, they'd be kind of cute. Ah! I did somehow half manage to dodge that. I don't know how. I kind of just go, oh! Well, that was terrifying. Aha! So this one is dead, so we can actually get a good look at it. As you can see, it's got the pointy ears. This used to be a snow elf, but basically what happened is the snow elves came to the dwarves and sought shelter in the dwarves' caverns. The dwarves were only going to allow the elves to come into their dungeons and stuff if they accepted to eat a particular kind of mushroom. Now, we are not sure if those mushrooms made them deform into these more primitive creatures, or if it just made them lose their eyesight, because you can actually see this one's they're actually all blind. They rely on hearing and smell. So we're still not sure exactly what the dwarves did to them, but the snow elves didn't really have a choice. It was die or be mutilated by dwarves, and mutilation kind of still meant that you were kind of half alive, so they unfortunately went for that. And as you can see, they were mildly betrayed by the dwarves. Now, obviously, the dwarves also disappeared thousands and thousands of years ago, so we don't know if the snow elves maybe didn't actually have to eat the mushrooms, and they were completely fine, and they lived with the dwarves. But then when all the dwarves just up and poofed and disappeared one day, then all the snow elves were kind of just trapped in these Dwemer dungeons, and they had nowhere to go, and they deformed into these more primitive creatures because of that. There's a lot of speculation on kind of what happened to them, and it's up and down, and not many people really know, but it was interesting nonetheless, or interesting story there for you guys. Spooky demon things. Oh, there's another boy up there. Are we also friends? If we're friends, but I'm not gonna kill you. I have no quarrels. If you have no quarrels with me, friend, I have no quarrels with you. I'm gonna go back to my Wall of Flame spell though, because of situations like this. Oh gosh, okay, you're not friendly anymore. I thought we could be friends! Oh, hello. I've been poisoned. I've kind of run out of magicka. See, and now because the flames will continue burning, I've kind of created a little bit of a perimeter here. She can't walk through without being damaged. So I think up there is the right way to go, but I'm gonna go down here because... Aha! A key.
Gavros, is that you? I'd almost given up hope. Let me get the door. What the? What are you doing here? What have you done with Gavros? It was the Falmer, wasn't it? Curse them! They've ruined everything. If Gavros is gone, there is no hope. He was supposed to return with the crystal. Without that, all our efforts are wasted. And you, if you're here for treasure or wisdom or anything, I'm afraid you've wasted your time. It didn't work the first time. I tried to tell Gavros, but he wouldn't listen. No, it won't be too cold, they said. Well, I was right, wasn't I? Focused completely wrong by the time we got here. The cold had warped it. Gavros had to cart it all the way back to Cyrodiil. Left the rest of us here to fend off the damnable Falmer. It was a brilliant idea, really. Mostly mine, though Gavros took the credit. Secret, though. Official Synod business. Can't talk about it. I am on official business of the Grand Council of the Synod. That's all you need to know. I might well ask the same of you, running around by yourself in this dangerous place. Are you? Well, I'm afraid I can't help you with that. I need the crystal to do anything useful, and I don't have it. You found... How in the world? That's it? That's it! I don't know who you are, but you may have just saved this little project. In fact, who are you anyway? You are you? Savos wouldn't even grant us an audience when we came to you, but now you come here expecting something from me? I don't much like this, I'll tell you. But you saved my skin, so maybe I can overlook the past for now. Come on, I'll explain on the way. No matter what Gavros said, this was my idea first. The Council is going to know that when I get back. I was the one who thought of using this oculory. I don't know what the dwarves called it. Something unpronounceable, I'm sure. From all our research, it seems they were intent on discerning the nature of the divine. This machinery, all of it, was designed to collect starlight, and then, I'm not sure, split it somehow? It was my idea to replace one of the key elements with our focusing crystal. Months of enchantments went into it. Let's just hope they got it right this time.
Okay. All these college missions seem to have a thing for giant orbs. Just saying.
Place the crystal in the central apparatus, and we can start the process for focusing it.
Boop.
Yes?
Yes. Okay, so as we can see, it's not lining up. So something we might need to do is use a frost spell so that we can readjust it. Now, there we go. You can see that that beam of light is still unaligned. No. Aha, that looks pretty right. Hey, there we go.
What's this? They're not at all what they should be. This projection should be lit up like the night sky. Something is creating an incredible amount of interference. Instead of projecting the sky, we project all of Tamriel, and then harness the latent energies to overlay the positions of... What's important is that all of this work was designed to reveal to us sources of great magical power. Only 2 locations have been revealed to us. One is your college. The other, well, that can only be Labyrinthian. Trudge off to Labyrinthian in search of your staff. I shall return to Cyrodiil and deliver my full report to the Council. This is not over, I assure you.
Where do I have to go? To the college!
Hi, yeah, it's me again on the screen. Basically, the video has gone on for long enough and there's been so much talking, I decided that I'm just going to end the video here because I don't want to draw it out any longer than it actually needs to be. And I'd rather leave all the exciting stuff for next episode, where we can just kick off some things with some exciting things and then just have a full, exciting, meme-filled episode in the next episode after this more chilled, laid-back, and let's be honest here, boring one. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.